Bonjour à tous, si vous regardez cette vidéo sur Twitch ou sur YouTube, c'était le Kino. Il s'agit de l'épisode numéro 2 de Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers, en édition 20e anniversaire, refaite à neuf, tout ça, on continue. Alors on était resté dans le commissariat, je crois, pour ceux qui n'ont pas vu l'épisode d'avant. En gros, je vais relire le journal, parce que oui, il y a un journal, et ça c'est bien. Et il y a beaucoup à lire par contre. Blablabla, on va lire juste le deuxième jour. Et donc, Gabriel Knight est un écrivain. Il possède aussi un magasin de livres. C'est un écrivain et il écrit des histoires sur le vaudou. Donc il essaie de se renseigner sur un petit peu tout ce qui est sur tout ce qui est vaudou en fait. Et chemin faisant, il tombe nez à nez avec une histoire de meurtres qui sont liés au vaudou. Et donc, il enquête en prime pour savoir ce qui s'est passé. Donc voilà, il a son pote commissaire Mosley, ou inspecteur Mosley plutôt, il n'est pas commissaire, je pense pas. Donc voilà. Alors, 8e nuit de cauchemar d'affilée. Le retour du point and click maudit. Lol Primark. Tous les samedis à 23h, il y a un point and click. C'est comme ça depuis 3 ans. Depuis que je suis aux US, et ça ne changera pas, ou alors ça changera d'horaire, mais voilà, il y a toujours un point and click le samedi, de toute façon. Même avant, c'était à quelle heure? On commençait à minuit, je crois que c'était à 2h du mat ou à 3h du mat, je sais même plus. 8e nuit de cauchemar d'affilée, mais il y a une lueur d'espoir à l'horizon. Mais j'ai l'adresse de Malia Guédé, ce qui signifie que je n'ai que quelques heures à attendre avant de la revoir. J'ai vraiment besoin de lui poser des questions sur le lac, après tout. Je serais un auteur négligent si je ne le faisais pas. Cela me rappelle que je devrais aller voir Mosley et essayer de lui en faire dire plus. Dire à Mosley que je vais le mettre dans mon livre est peut-être la meilleure idée que j'ai jamais eue. Il m'a donné toutes sortes de détails sanglants sur les meurtres vaudous. Aucun des 7 macabées n'habitait la Nouvelle-Orléans et les lieux des crimes étaient des endroits très fréquentés, mais il n'y a eu aucun témoin. Les meurtriers semblent très doués pour l'invisibilité. La police n'a aucune piste. Il prétend que les caractères vaudous de ces meurtres relèvent de la simulation, mais je ne suis pas sûr de comprendre pourquoi la police a abouti à cette conclusion, à moins que ce ne soit simplement pour calmer les pratiquants du coin. Sur les lieux des crimes, ils ont trouvé du sang de chèvre, de la cire de bougie et même de la fourrure de léopard. La femme que je vois dans mes cauchemars se transforme en léopard. Je sais que c'est une coïncidence, mais c'est vraiment étrange. Mosley a dit que je pouvais demander à Franks de me laisser voir les dossiers sur les meurtres vaudous avec le reste des dessins trouvés sur le lieu du crime. C'est ce qu'on va faire maintenant. Tous les samedis à 23h, je râlerai. Lol, ça marche, Primark. Ok, donc Franks, elle est là. La tronche qu'il a.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so.
Tu vas, Primark, ça marche. Bonne nuit à toi. Bonne soirée, bonne nuit. Et à la prochaine. Prochain live, ce sera demain à 16h sur 7 mages. C'est un RPG Dungeon Crawler.
There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay?
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
Either, I'm afraid.
Of course.
Et en
I
fait,
understand completely.
il faudrait faire des photocopies, mais on pouvait pas, je crois.
It's the official police file containing the partial patterns from the voodoo murders. The folder is marked with the warning, not to leave the police station. Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
Alors après, je pourrais peut-être prendre juste tout connement un screenshot, mais je sais pas si ça va fonctionner. À mon avis, il faut faire la photocopie, mais il faudrait qu'elle tourne la tête, parce que si on les prend, motif du lac. Tiens, comment est-ce qu'on fait déjà? Ah oui. Si je prends ça, que je mets là. Qu'est-ce qu'elle me dit? On a pris l'appareil photo, on voulait le prendre.
You can't photocopy official police files.
Right, sorry. I forgot.
I forgot. Info au passage, une sorte de copycat de Darkest Dungeon qui arrive en cet automne. C'est une Iratus, c'est ça, Primark? Dans un cadre de résistance de World War II qui n'a pas l'air vilain du tout. Il y a Iratus ou un truc comme ça. Je me rappelle plus. Que j'avais wishlisté depuis longtemps. Iratus, ouais, c'est Lord of the Dead. Il est dispo, tiens, il est dispo en fait en Early Access là. Après. Ah non, il sera dispo le 24 juillet. Donc ça c'est un... Là ça va pas être dessus là dont tu parles. Mais ça pareil c'est un Darkest Dungeon. Un clone. Ok. Non mais ça c'est le truc russe moche qui se perd le charme qui faisait marcher Darkest Dungeon. Ah, moi c'est le seul truc que j'aime pas sur Darkest Dungeon, c'est les graphismes. Ok.
Don't leave the room with that file, please.
Ah ok. Comment on pourrait faire? Qu'est-ce qu'on a comme objet? Facile de s'y remettre là. Hein. On a un badge, on a un motif du lac. L'argile. Ah ouais, moi les graphismes de Darkest Dungeon ils me rebutent. J'adore le gameplay et j'y ai joué une quarantaine d'heures je crois. Mais les graphismes c'est pas mon trip. Graphisme papier bizarre. Chacun ses goûts hein. Tiens c'est pour ça que j'aime pas comment ça s'appelle Don't Starve aussi. Je peux pas saquer les graphismes de Don't Starve. Et là par contre c'est un jeu en plus qui a un gameplay qui m'intéresse pas. Donc c'est vraiment un jeu, j'ai pas envie de le voir, j'ai pas envie d'y jouer. J'ai vraiment un problème avec ça. Ok. C'est Warsaw le nom du jeu, ok, ça marche. Ok. Ça m'emmerde.
Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
Je vais prendre en photo quand même. Au cas où. Envoie-moi ça, envoie-moi le nom sur Steam, sinon je vais oublier. Mais chacun ses goûts, clairement. Juste la première fois que j'ai retourné dessus, 99% des gens, les gens sont sous le charme et craignent plus le gameplay. Ah bah après, le gameplay, c'est un... Là, pour le coup, c'est du roguelike bien hardcore, qui est assez frustrant par certains côtés quand tu montes une team et que y a un des persos qui se fait buter, t'as un peu... Ils sont niveau 6, t'as un petit peu la haine, quoi. Mais ça fait partie du jeu aussi. Il y a trop de... Merci. Il y a trop d'aléatoires, il y a trop de RNG en fait. Rien.
That camera looks professional.
Est-ce que... Alors attends.
The camera is in Gabriel's too.
Ok. Ah.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Il a laissé là, ok. Est-ce que...
Hey.
Night.
Ah,
Come on in.
c'est ça. Il faut prendre une photo
It's hot in
et
here.
lui dire de venir là et puis après on pourra chourer le truc. Ok.
Can I ask you about...
You're the right.
On va passer tout ça. Photographie.
I got those photos.
So you said.
Non, c'est pas ça.
Nope.
Mais non, mais attends, arrête de... On avait piqué la carte du flic, c'est vrai. Ouais. C'est l'affaire, mais... Ah, mais si, c'est
I
ça.
got those photographs you left for me.
So you said. Did you think of any other shots for the book?
Let's take another cop author shot.
What for?
I don't think we got your best side.
Ah, c'est ça.
Really? Okay.
Donc là, il va faire
I'll
venir
have
la
Franks
nénette.
come in again. Franks, come back in here with that camera. I hate to put my coat on.
En
It's so
espérant qu'elle
damn
ait pas
hot.
arrangé les dossiers avant, en
But
fait.
a picture's a picture.
Now what, sir?
This clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do? Ready? Smile.
Ok, il faut que j'aille me refaire le...
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God.
My
Nate.
hair.
Make it fast.
Check my hair. Alors le problème c'est qu'il nous regarde mais bon. Ah il est toujours là le dossier. Je pense pas qu'il soit en vue du truc si. Yes. 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 Je me disais recommencer pour qu'il n'y ait plus de film ou peut-être qu'elle abandonne l'appareil. Non, c'est bon là.
Just wanna check this machine here.
Tellement discret, merci. Et on le remet. Hop hop hop. Voilà. C'est quand même plus facile qu'un Discworld. Je veux dire, il n'y a même pas photo quoi. Hop.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would ya?
Okay, ready.
Oh là là, je suis qu'ils allaient se... Petit bisou, allez.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you get them
Merci,
developed.
chérie.
The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Good. See you, Franks.
Uh-huh.
Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot.
Ok, est-ce qu'on a autre chose à lui dire?
Okay. Anything else?
Je pense pas, hein. Je pense qu'on avait épuisé tout. Ouais. Ok, donc on a ça. Photocopie des dossiers audio. Est-ce qu'on peut... Non.
The badge says Nolan's Police. Gabriel has a photocopy of the official police file containing the partial patterns from the Voodoo murders.
Ok. Bon, très bien. Allez, on se barre. Je sais pas ce qu'on va faire, mais on y va.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
I'm gonna hit the road. Tellement insistant. Road. Ok, est-ce que lui veut nous dire un truc? À mon avis, non.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
Ok. Et lui? Il était là avant lui? Oh!
Hey,
Ah d'accord. Hey, hey. Ok. Unauthorized copy. Ok, un autre achievement. Parce que c'est chouette. Est-ce qu'on a autre chose ici? Non, je pense pas. Allez. Où va nous? Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a comme... Donc, ah oui, maintenant c'est peut-être ouvert. La pharmacie et le musée du vaudou, je crois. Donc ça, c'est notre boutique. Là, c'est le poste de police où on est. Le square, c'est là où on avait fait Mumuse avec le mime. La cathédrale, il n'y a pas grand chose. On peut aller se confesser, mais il y avait du monde. Vu sur le square Jackson.
the sign says the overlook's closed for repairs until June 21st.
Ok. Là, à la sortie. Donc là, ici, il y a quoi? Le manoir des Guédés. Bah tiens. Le vieux carré et le lac pour Chartrain. Donc là, c'est où il y a eu un meurtre. Le vieux carré, donc c'est pour retourner en ville. Ouais, c'est ça. Donc on peut faire le manoir des Guédés. Mais je pense qu'on va faire en prio ça. Tu vas dodo, Pomme, ça marche. Bonne nuit à toi, merci beaucoup.
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John.
Oh la...
If you have any questions, I would be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that.
Bonne nuit à toi, merci beaucoup d'être passé, ça fait plaisir de t'avoir revu ici. Et puis bah écoute, peut-être à demain, 16h, 7 mages, simulateur de poissons. Pardon, simulateur de rangement de poissons. Et je pense qu'on n'est pas trop loin de la fin. Donc voilà. Et des bisous, bonne nuit à toi. Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a? Sanctuaire.
The voodoo shrine is filled with items that both fascinate Gabriel and also make his skin crawl.
This coffin is so small.
Gabriel can't see away.
Ok, pardon. Ok.
They lend a certain psychotic ambiance, no?
Oh, bien. Pardon, je suis passé dans ce sens-là. Bougie noire, il n'y avait pas de bougie. Ok.
Will that look sacrilegious? Magenta Moonbeam. Voodoo Inn.
On peut prendre apparemment ça?
A flyer advertising Magenta Moonbeam, a local voodoo inn. Her parlor is on the corner of Orleans and Dauphine.
Cool. Donc on a un lieu de plus, j'imagine.
It wouldn't be much of a voodoo museum without a voodoo doll.
Ok.
A waste of some perfectly good wine, if you ask me. This coffin is so small.
Ok, il peut pas l'ouvrir. Ouais. Ok. Oh, pardon. C'est Pomme qui va dodo qui m'a donné envie de dormir aussi, tiens, j'ai l'impression.
A leather whip hangs from a peg on the wall.
Oh, hurt me.
Oh.
It's an electrical switch.
Ok, on verra après. Tambour rada.
A street drummer has settled outside the museum.
Ok.
Flickering candles lend an appropriately spooky atmosphere to the museum.
C'est pas faux.
Reminds me of a book critic for the New York Times. Looks like Jack Nicholson.
Est-ce qu'il a pas récupéré, non? Ok. Crâne. Estrade des vœux.
An official voodoo wishing stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
Mon Dieu, mon Dieu, mon Dieu, mon Dieu. Ok.
An authentic looking pole marks the center of the room. Authentic what? Gabriel isn't sure.
Ok. Mur.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as offerings of fruits to the voodoo deities.
Et on peut récupérer ça?
Even if that were for sale, Gabriel couldn't afford it.
Tableau.
That must be Marie Laveau.
Si tu le dis. Ok.
Large, elaborate drums occupy a corner of the museum.
Bon, il y a plusieurs objets qu'on peut activer, mais je le ferai après. Pour information.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as an African statue laden with decorations.
Now, why does that remind me of Grace?
A very large, very formidable looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage. Dr. John is a huge man. If his manner weren't so pleasant, he'd be intimidating. Gabriel doesn't recognize the museum's flags. A
Calebasse.
beaded gourd is on display.
Ok. Alors, on va faire ça.
Gabriel can't do anything with the drummer on the street.
Ok, l'interrupteur, c'est peut-être pour le ventilo.
What does this do?
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see.
Ok.
There's a beaten up old fan in the window. It's silent at the moment. The fan might operate, but not in that way. The fan is entrenched in the window frame.
Mhm. Ensuite, on a ça. Non, ça non. Il y avait autre chose. Là.
I wish Molly and Getty were mine forever. Really? I mean it.
What was that?
Huh? Nothing.
Ok.
Please, do not touch the drums. They are authentic.
Authentic what?
Drums. Do not touch them.
Ok. Je crois que c'est tout. Ah, il y avait le serpent.
The python is quite dangerous. I would stay back if I were you.
Thanks for the advice.
The snake is too far away.
Ok.
Given the man's size, that doesn't seem advisable.
Actionner Dr. John. Allez, on lui cause.
Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
Ok.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion, formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importings of slaves from that region.
C'est à cause de The Council, ça. C'est Louis, ça. C'est Louis de Richet qui a fait que c'est la France qui possède la Nouvelle-Orléans, on est d'accord. Est-ce qu'il va me dire la même chose?
So, how did voodoo come to New Orleans?
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Slaves were permitted to gather. The Americans also removed the ban on West Indies slaves. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti. Between the lifting of the ban and the Haitian Revolt, West Indies slaves began pouring into New Orleans. Some of them were free people of color, freed or escaped slaves. Some came with their white owners who were fleeing from the revolt.
What happened when the West Indies slaves got here?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more than enthusiastic about embracing it. It gave them power, Mr. Knight, if only in the form of a communal bond. Among the first meeting places were the Bayou St. John and the shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers, worshipping the one they called the Great Zombie.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
By 1817, the voodoo
Vache.
activities were beginning to cause fear among the white slave owners. An ordinance was passed to forbid slave gatherings except in designated public areas at designated times. The time was Sunday afternoons, and the place, Congo Square. The slaves and free people of color gathered to dance simulations of their voodoo dances, right in sight of Creole society. Of course, they also continued to meet in private for the real thing.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
There were a variety of kings and queens at first, voodoo
Instant
priests
culture.
and priestesses. But from about 1830, a single power emerged. This was a voodoo queen named Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau ruled voodoo in New Orleans for many years.
Cool. Ouais, instant culture, je sais pas si c'est vrai, mais c'est intéressant l'origine du voodoo. Je pense que c'est vrai, à mon avis, c'est vrai.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or Greek. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in the religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I personally am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo, but it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
Ok.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
What makes you think the voodoo murders aren't being done by local practitioners?
Voodoo is a popular boogeyman, Mr. Knight, especially in New Orleans. Anyone can pretend to use it, just as anyone can pretend to be a black belt in karate. And for the same reason, to intimidate. I know voodoo in this city, Mr. Knight, and believe me, it is not about killing. Even the police have stated that the killings have nothing to do with local voodoo.
So you know nothing about the voodoo murders case?
I neither know nor care to know, Mr. Knight. My only possible interest is in how it might affect the public's attitude towards the museum. So far, it has not been an issue. No one has even had the bad taste to bring it up. Until you, that is.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States, as far as I am concerned.
What is it about New Orleans that you so admire?
It has a real culture of its own, Mr. Knight. Amid the horrid blandness that is Americana, New Orleans alone has a voice.
Spoken like a true New Orleanian.
Narlin.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Ah, you have perhaps noticed the museum snake, Mr. Knight? They are beautiful creatures. Do you not agree? And the tourists seem to associate them with voodoo.
Is this snake yours? Do you use it in your practice of voodoo?
I admire the spirit of the snake, Mr. Knight. But snakes like the museums can be quite dangerous to handle.
You didn't really answer my question.
I think I did, Mr. Knight.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Why did you open a voodoo museum?
The subject has fascinated me all my life, and I wanted to help preserve the cultural heritage it represents.
What kind of background in voodoo do you have?
Let us just say I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No, the museum does not make me a rich man, but my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
Ok.
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
Just tell me anything.
I am a vegetarian.
Really? I can't imagine living without meat.
That must be the hunter in you, Mr. Knight.
Just tell me anything.
I am not an easy person to get to know. I am a very private man.
Isn't that unusual for someone in the museum business?
Not at all. My displays speak for me.
Just tell me anything.
Je sais pas si ça va
Not
s'arrêter à un moment donné.
everyone can come see the museum, so I occasionally do public speaking on the subject of historical voodoo.
Anything coming up that I might attend?
No. But then you have me all to yourself right now, do you not?
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Then let us discuss something else.
Ok.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about voodoo?
I've given you as much detail as I can, Mr. Knight. Look around the museum if you desire more
Le relou.
information.
T'es sûr? Non, t'es sûr?
Tell me about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaux, mother and daughter. Most people thought they were the same woman. Her continued youth added to the mystique. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris. It was she that began the empire.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Laveau tomb, where one or both of the Maries are believed to be buried, is in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. It is a popular shrine for practitioners and tourists alike. I myself take tours through the cemetery on a regular basis.
Really? Do you have any running this week?
No, but the cemetery is open to the general public as well.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
When the widow Paris began to practice, there were many voodooians in the city. By 1830, she was voodoo queen of all New Orleans. The widow Paris was a hairdresser for rich Creole ladies. She also paid household servants to spy for her. Between the two, she knew everything about everyone who mattered in New Orleans. She was not above using her information to appear psychic, to intimidate, or even to blackmail.
You sound as though you admire her.
For a black woman in the mid-1800s to gain power is an incredible thing, Mr. Knight. However she achieved it.
Ouais, c'est pas faux, ouais.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She kept a pet snake, danced with it too. She held traditional voodoo ceremonies out by the lake. She took herself seriously, very seriously. But she was not above selling tickets for her events to curiosity seekers. She was not above using voodoo any way she could to make money. That is for certain. But if she had been in another line of work, in another age, that would have been interpreted as entrepreneurial genius rather than a sign of fraudulence.
Hey, you don't need to convince me. I admire anyone that can actually make a living.
Ok, 2 secondes, je fais un truc rapidement. Voilà. Hop, 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 tout va bien.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
It was Marie Laveau who defined the voodoo that is truly and uniquely the voodoo of New Orleans. She invented hundreds, if not thousands, of spells, potions, charms, and incantations. These form the basis of the modern practice, not to mention the folk tradition of hoodoo.
C'est chaud à cette heure-là, là, d'avoir plein de blabla comme ça.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
Surtout que c'est long,
Her
hein.
daughter, Marie Glapion, took over when Widow Paris got old. Most people thought it was the same Marie Laveau.
Ah.
Most Maries encouraged that point of view. The Widow Paris
ça me dit
died
quelque chose, ça.
in 1881. Marie Glapion had been reigning a long time by then.
Ça me dit quelque
After
chose.
the death of the Widow Paris, other voodoo queens surfaced, and by 1890, the cult was fragmented again. Marie Glapion just sort of faded away.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
Tell me more.
You have heard everything about Marie Laveau that a layman might expect to understand.
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the Gree are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
Voodoo Studies 101.
So how's the museum business?
Those who truly seek to understand are few, Mr. Knight. But even one can be an audience.
Sounds about like my shop. So where do you pick up all this stuff?
Oh, here and there. We accept donations of any pertinent items.
Do you ever get any wackos in here?
You mean, besides yourself?
Yeah, besides me.
I do not care to make those kinds of judgments, Mr. Knight. All are welcome here.
You're a big guy, aren't you? You work out, play sports?
I do not play basketball, if that is what you want to know.
Who, me? No, you just look like such a natural athlete.
I do find ways of keeping fit, Mr. Knight. After all, our bodies are temples.
You sound like Grace. I should get the two of you together.
Is Grace your wife?
No, she just acts like it. So what do you think of our summer weather? Have you ever seen it so overcast or so muggy?
It is unpleasant. The heavens are not pleased these days.
Nice outfit.
I prefer simple cotton to dead flesh, Mr. Knight.
I'll have to remember that. This is quite a place you have here.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. I have dedicated myself to the preservation of this unique culture. It is gratifying to see others reap the fruits I have sown.
Merde. Ouais, attends, si, c'est bon. Je pense qu'il n'y a pas... Y a rien
Could I
d'autre.
ask you,
Of course.
tell me about
What?
Ouais, voilà.
act-
Ok, je vois pas trop quoi faire. On peut regarder ce truc-là.
A flyer advertising Magenta
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
Moonbeam, a local voodooienne. Her parlor is on the corner of Orleans and Dauphine.
Ouais, je pense qu'on va se barrer. Il va y avoir un truc à faire avec ce ventilo, mais... Faudrait pas qu'il soit là, en fait. Bla 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 bla. Allez, un indice. Ça me fait penser aux certains passages de longueuse journée qui sont ou de lecture qui sont extrêmement longs.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Walk carefully out there, Mr. Knight.
Et voilà, on a ça maintenant. Ok, musée de vaudou c'est fait. Oh, puis on a cimetière Saint-Louis aussi. On va aller à la pharmacie Dixieland.
Hello.
Huh?
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Bienvenue, Madame Casona. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a sleep not bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink, not in weeks.
Now, don't that beat all? I'll need some easy night candles then, huh?
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosary good, sure enough, but you buying them candles too, boy, you gonna whip any no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very
Putain, la
well,
voix.
Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them around to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know. Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dame. I've been in misery.
Now, you put 9 pinheads up in a little box, add a pinch of graveyard dust, put it up under her front post step. That'll turn the trick back on Miss Lefebvre, and she be the one with the bellyache. I got the pins of dust right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though, don't hurt to be proactive neither now, does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
No, madame. It's nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, Monsieur Walker.
Putain. Ils sont censés être français. Les accents de merde. Monsieur Walker. Comment ça va? Monsieur Walker. Ok, alors. Merci beaucoup, ouais, en plus, t'as vu.
Rule bags, curio boxes, and magic candles. Sold as curios only. We cannot guarantee results. To get what's in the case, Gabriel would need money.
Ah bah maintenant on peut peut-être tirer des thunes dans la caisse. Ils sont censés être créoles, pas français. Oui mais là ils ont clairement un accent américain, Serrania, et tu dis pas juste bonjour en français pour continuer le reste en anglais. Surtout avec un accent carré.
Rule bags, curio boxes, and magic candles.
Ou alors ils parlent créole, pas
Sold as
français.
curios only. We cannot guarantee results. To get what's in the case, Gabriel would need money. The Dixieland drugstore is crammed from top to bottom with strange merchandise, some or all of which seem to be related to the practice of voodoo.
Voodoo.
The poster advertises a voodoo play from last fall. It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask. There's no room for him in the bookstore.
It must be the crocodile thing, but even I'm not interested in undressing that mannequin.
The shelf holds containers of dried items, flowers, grasses, and black cat bones.
I'd have to smell those if I opened them. I don't want any of this stuff.
The Dixieland drugstore has a rather terrifying way of dealing with shoplifters.
Voler dans notre magasin et la police ne sera pas seule sur votre piste. Pas mal, hein? Ok.
Dried herbs hang from the ceiling.
Those are gree-gree. They full of magic. No guarantee, though, you know?
No thanks. I don't even want to think about what might be in them.
Garlic, cloves, and other dried goods and spices are collected in the bowls.
I know where to come if I ever have a vampire problem. I'll pass. I ate Italian last night.
It's nearly as old as the one at St. George's.
Attends, on peut tirer la...
The sign says, Special St. John's Eve Lagnia. Free bottle of lover come back to me oil. Or master gambling oil with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Ouais. Cadeau spécial. Veille de la Saint-Jean. Un flacon de potion pour faire revenir son ex. Ou l'huile master Gamblini pour gagner vos paris. Offert pour tout achat de plus de $50.
The sign says, Special St.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means.
What's
A
l'agniappe?
little something extra.
L'agniappe. Vous savez ce que c'est l'agniappe en français? Les bougies dont la mamie parlait. Non, j'ai pas de sous a priori. Il faudrait peut-être que je prenne des thunes dans la caisse enregistreuse à la boutique en fait.
The proprietor doesn't look especially friendly. His business probably doesn't depend on walk-ins. Garlic, cloves, and other dried goods and spices are collected in the bowls.
I know where to come if I...
Ok, c'est les mêmes. Affaire. C'est bizarre. Hi John.
The entire shelf is stocked with containers
Ah.
of High John the Conqueror root powder.
I don't know what that stuff does, but I don't like the sound of it.
Herbal oils for love, luck, power, and success.
Marrant, affaire. Affaire. Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a marqué affaire? Stuff. C'est pour stuff à mon avis. Genre c'est des trucs quoi. C'est d'autres trucs, rien de particulier, je pense. Allez, on lui cause.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This the Dixieland drugstore. And I own it. Me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
Ouais, voilà, bien. Mon Dieu!
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These is novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they magic, it's not my concern, you know?
Are you telling me that you own a voodoo shop, but you know nothing about voodoo practices?
Ça n'est pas affaire blanc.
What does
Ah bah
that
voilà.
mean?
It means you should mind your own business, monsieur.
Voilà, mais bon. Motion. Motion. Là, non.
Look, I'm researching voodoo for a book.
I don't have your answers, me. You want to buy something, monsieur?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Caprice encore.
What did you say?
Nothing. Them killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
What do you think of New Orleans?
I live here all my life, me.
C'est reparti, pas trop vite, il dit là. Non, je prends mon temps, t'inquiète.
What do you think of New Orleans?
If you're not from around here, monsieur, you should sign up for some tours.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What kind of snakes?
The kind they use in voodoo?
Pythons, boas, so I've heard.
Really? Do you have one?
Are you crazy? What would I want with a python?
Faire du vaudou?
What did you mean when you said Caprice encore?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
Marie, she's somebody from the old days. One of them old folk tales. The tourists eat it up, no?
What else do you know about Marie Laveau?
I don't know much, monsieur. Someone at the Voodoo Museum can tell you all about her.
What else do you know about Marie Laveau?
I don't know much, monsieur. Someone at the Voodoo Museum.
Ok.
That customer of yours, the little old lady.
Customer?
The woman I saw in here, Madame Casino, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
Musée Vaudou, il y avait un serpent, oui, c'est vrai.
It's important that I talk to Madame Casino. You see, I'm doing some research, and
I can't tell you anything about her.
tell me,
My name.
how did you get into this kind of business?
Now, why should I discuss my business with you, man?
C'est pas faux.
So, this is a voodoo store, huh?
Voodoo? No, man. This is a curio shop. The things you see here from local folklore. None of it real, I tell you for sure.
What about all these magic oils and powders you're selling? Aren't they a part of voodoo?
Read the label, man. We make no claims. Sold as curio only. It mean what it say, no? These are novelties, not voodoo.
So, do you get many tourists in here?
We, all the time. They want to buy a bottle of money-drawn oil or wang a bag to take home with them.
How's business?
About like always.
I'm a businessman too. I own a bookstore here in the quarter.
I don't really care. I got a store to run.
Have you always lived in New Orleans?
My papa and his papa and his papa, all the way back to the days of Marie Laveau, we've been living here.
So, does any of this stuff actually work?
You crazy, man? These are just curios, novelties for the tourists.
Nice weather we're having.
Don't bother me. Can't you see I'm busy? St. John Eve coming, I got to be ready.
Ok. J'ai le commerce, ouais. On a rien chopé ici par contre, ça c'est pas très chouette. Je pense qu'il nous faut des sous avant. Ok. Donc, on a là et ok. On va revenir là déjà.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs. Gabriel checks the drawer again, just in case life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked.
Argent, prendre.
Gabriel doesn't want to take that with him.
Ah, pourquoi?
Gabriel doesn't want to take...
Ouais, il y a un bon cadeau là, j'avais pas vu ça la dernière fois.
It's a $20 gift certificate left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
Ah bah, c'est
I
ça.
trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Ok.
Gabriel doesn't want...
Il veut pas prendre les thunes.
Gabriel doesn't want...
Ok.
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks
Oh, c'est pour la
pitifully
librairie.
new and unused.
Ok. Ok, bon bah on se casse. J'étais juste venu pour ça. On n'a pas eu ce qu'on voulait, mais on a eu autre chose, tant mieux. Mais oui, mets ton manteau, allez.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Bien américain ça. Ah, c'est un truc qui m'a toujours choqué ici, c'est que tu tiens la porte à quelqu'un par exemple, c'est un exemple voilà, tu tiens la porte à quelqu'un pour que la personne passe. Et non, c'est le contraire. Quelqu'un me tient la porte, je fais merci et la réponse c'est Genre ouais, je l'ai pas fait pour ton rendre service, c'est juste parce qu'il faut le faire quoi. C'est vraiment je trouve ça assez mal poli quelque part. Mais ils le font pas pour être mal poli. Mais bon. Allez.
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd.
Ok. Je sais plus quelle date on est en plus. C'est pas super courtois non, mais c'est comme ça. Cimetière. C'est joli hein, quand même. Oh, ça sent un puzzle là. Une brique.
Near the Laveau tomb is a piece of red brick. Undoubtedly a cast-off from spiritual graffiti writers.
J'aime les jeux d'aventure où on peut tout ramasser. Ok, des marques.
Knight. Gabriel Knight. In case someone wants to know.
Ici, tous les touristes auxquels je tiens les portes disent merci. Ah, après, oui. Bah, ça m'est arrivé que au taf. C'est que les gens au taf, en fait. Je pense que c'est des gens avec qui ils n'ont pas besoin d'être... qui n'ont pas besoin d'être polis, en fait. Mais à l'extérieur, ça m'est jamais arrivé que ça me réponde ça. Le problème, maintenant, c'est que moi, je le fais, quoi. Quand je tiens la porte à quelqu'un et qu'on me dit merci, je fais sure. Je commence à me détester.
Odd-looking marks adorn the Laveau tomb wall.
Faudrait noter ça.
The wall doesn't work that way. Gabriel can't take the marks with him that way.
Enfin, un appareil photo peut-être. Sinon, est-ce qu'on peut utiliser le carnet? Yes.
I want a copy of these strange marks.
The marks are reddish in color and remind Gabriel of crosses. They look like they've been here a few days at least.
Bon, on a chopé, c'est le code voodoo.
Gabriel can't take it. Gabriel can't put his sketch back.
Ok. Il s'est barré le jardinier ou le... Je sais pas si c'était un fossoyeur peut-être en fait.
A plaque on the tomb reads Laveau.
Ah, ça serait Marie Laveau ici.
Mosley and I used to switch street signs, but this is really sick.
Marie Laveau, ce tombeau d'inspiration grecque marque l'emplacement supposé de l'endroit où cette célèbre reine vaudou a été inhumée. Le vaudou, culte mystique d'origine africaine, a été importé dans cette ville à partir de Saint-Domingue et il a prospéré pendant le 19e siècle. Marie Laveau était le plus célèbre parmi les nombreux pratiquants du vaudou. Est-ce qu'on a rien d'autre? Ok.
Mosley and I used to switch.
Est-ce que je peux faire un croquis pareil? Non, ce
A plaque.
serait des bilans marqués. Ok. Par contre, je sais pas pour les jeunes aux US, mais là, il y a des disputes des jeunes qui partent en vrille sur un simple mauvais regard. Ils jouent les durs, c'est n'importe parfois. Plus qu'avant? Plus qu'avant. Ici, non, pas spécialement. Faut juste... Faut juste savoir à qui tu fais ça, quoi.
New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water table prevents bodies from being interred underground.
Ah bah ouais, c'est logique.
No way. Something might answer. Vases seem to be a favorite decoration for the dead.
Nettement? Ok. En Suisse ou même en France, tu penses?
These would seriously clash with my decorating scheme.
Food, trinkets, and more unsettling things have been left at Marie Laveau's tomb as offerings from believers.
No thanks.
Ok. Statue.
The marble denizens of the cemetery only stare back blankly.
La Genève, oui, qui est hyper calme et non violent. Ok. Eh ben.
A stone angel stands silent.
Il est parti par où le gars, quoi?
I don't need to go visit the family tomb today.
Ok. Si on utilisait la brique.
It's a piece of brick.
Ok. Utiliser la brique pour casser ça.
Gabriel likes the idea of leaving marks on the tomb, but at the moment, he's not sure what to say or how to say it.
Ok. On dirait qu'il y a un truc, mais non.
I don't need to go.
Ok, vers là. Oh là là, Geddy. Ah, c'est... Ok. On a bien fait d'aller voir la tombe avant.
A stone angel leans down to gaze at something unseen.
Casser une fenêtre quelque part dans un tombeau? Ouais, remarque.
Most of the plaster has fallen away over the years to reveal walls of red brick.
Ok.
Two enormous vases flank the front
Ah.
of the Getty tomb.
Pour casser une vitre, ouais, avec la brique. Ok, je crois que tu voulais casser un truc ici.
There's a small marble plate near the tomb doors. The plate is in locked position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key.
Le tableau d'interrupteur, peut-être.
An angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb. Two heavy, solid marble doors provide an entrance to the tomb. The doors are heavy and shut tight. The tomb door is securely shut against the material world.
La clé sous le vase. Ah, il faut peut-être casser le vase? Ouais, je peux pas.
Gabriel looks at and in the vases, but he doesn't see anything he wants to take.
Mais là, je peux pas prendre celui-là. Donc non, c'était pas con, mais non.
The imposing tomb is elaborately labeled Getty.
Getty. Ok, Getty. Ok. Sortir vers l'entrée.
With a few exceptions, these tombs are all beginning to look alike.
Ok. Bon, on se casse. Je pense que... Ah, il est revenu, yes.
An old man tends the cemetery with movements akin to a slow drawl. The old man is apparently doing some cleanup work. Seeing as how this is a cemetery, Gabriel doesn't really want to know what all is in that trash can.
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I don't really care to talk about it. I don't do it none myself.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Isn't it just awful, them finding those bodies with the voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo going on. Somebody trying to cover their tracks is all.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I told you all I know about that.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
Seem like everyone wants to visit Narlands at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery tours. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
There are lots of things to see here, but none as beautiful as St. Louis Cemetery number 1.
Oh là là. Fast Gamer et Escobar Vian. Merci beaucoup pour les follow, bienvenue à vous deux. Je ne sais pas si vous êtes là, si vous venez de la part d'un host, merci beaucoup host. Ok, on continue.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
If you want to know more, you should ask someone else.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? I see snakes around here all the time. Most of them aren't poisonous, of course. I don't mind snakes myself, but lots of folks are afraid of them.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I told you all I know about that.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Well, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get weird goings-on in the cemetery on that night. More often on a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and who know what.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what they do in it, but it can be pretty.
Bon, et puis, si jamais vous êtes sur le... si jamais vous parlez sur le chat et que personne ne vous répond, c'est que vous n'êtes pas sur la bonne chaîne et que vous êtes sur la chaîne de la personne qui host. Si vous voulez venir papoter un petit peu avec nous, cliquez sur mon pseudo, Elkinou. Et puis normalement, ça devrait vous amener sur le bon chat. Voilà.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
I told you all I know about that.
Do you have any idea what Capri Saint-Paul means?
Nope, can't say that I do.
Putain, tu sais rien.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Sure. She was the voodoo queen of New Orleans, a powerful voodooian and a powerful sorceress. Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They write secret marks on the walls, leave offerings. Then there's the tourists. They come out of curiosity. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella from that voodoo museum, he's here at least once a day. But Marie Laveau's tomb isn't the only one the believers visit and make markings and leave offerings at.
Ah, il y a mon eau qui a un goût et je pense que c'est... Ça se voit pas là. Mais j'ai beaucoup de glaçons. Et à mon avis, les glaçons doivent avoir un goût. Burk. Pourtant, j'ai soif. Tant pis.
What else can you tell me about Marie Laveau?
Her tomb's on all our tours. Even the Baptists come round here to gawk. Of course, you may not know this, but some of the real serious voodoo types argue that she ain't in this one at all. Down in the unmarked tomb in number 3. It's all the same to me, I say. Saved me a lot of cleanup work if she weren't here, if you ask me.
Tu filtres l'eau pour les glaçons? Bah là, nous, c'est un frigo qui fait des glaçons automatiquement. C'est un frigo américain de barge. Donc, on appuie sur le bouton et puis ça fait des glaçons à la chaîne. Donc, on peut pas filtrer. J'imagine que si il doit y avoir un filtre, il doit déjà être intégré, quoi.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis number 1.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, of course, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound, they don't know what they doing.
Cool freeze. Ouais. Non, c'est super pratique. Ça, c'est un truc qui va me manquer quand je rentrerai, c'est d'avoir une machine à glaçons.
Tell me about yourself.
That's about all there is to say.
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, number 1.
You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high. Them coffins will float right out of their graves. Ah, them dead will go floating right down into the Coda. Of course, if it were Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice. It's a historical place. People buried in here from the Civil War. Back further, too. Take a look around. You'll see.
Pourquoi ils l'ont appelé Watchman et pas Vigie ou je sais pas. Il y en a aussi ici, t'inquiète. Ouais, mais je sais pas, ma mère m'a dit que c'était extrêmement cher. Donc, et que du coup, les maisons n'en ont pas forcément. Tu sais, parce que nous, on va louer, quoi. Sont pas forcément équipés, quoi. Ok.
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, number 1.
Just look around. You'll get the feel of the place.
You said there were other mock tombs?
Le Volio, ouais.
Yep. I've seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of vulture feathers, plates of peas and congreve. Animal parts, human parts even, it looked like. Male parts, if you get my meaning.
Oof.
And this is one of the great family crypts, mind you. Odd how them types just pick a spot and stick to it.
Pareil.
What other tombs got marked? Can you show me?
No, I ain't one for naming names. I don't like to encourage that kind of thing. It's distressing to the families, and rightly so.
You been working here a long time?
Longer than you've been alive, son. I may perhaps be here longer than you'll be alive, for that matter.
Kind of a quiet job you've got, isn't it?
Most of the time, yeah. They act up some at the full moon, though.
You must enjoy the company of dead folks.
Unlike the living, they ain't never given no reason to dislike them none.
How's business today?
About like every day. It's what you call a seller's market.
Ok. On va se barrer. Ouais. Donc, ah non, je sais pas si on a eu un nouveau lieu. On a été là?
A sign on the front
oui,
door of
On peut pas aller là, donc à l'extérieur. Donc là, les Geddy. Non, il n'y a pas un nouveau lieu en fait. On peut aller chez les Geddy. Enfin, il va pouvoir revoir sa dulcinée qui la connaît pas encore.
Potted roses mark the entrance to the house.
C'est marrant qu'ils aient fait un narrateur pour lire ce qu'ils voient, alors qu'ils auraient très bien pu utiliser sa voix en fait.
The Garden District is famous for its elaborate old plantation homes and mansions. This particular mansion is impeccably groomed.
Oh, un gazebo. Il y avait un truc que j'ai... Ah oui, d'accord, ok.
Gabriel didn't come here to mess with the plants.
Il est cool le vieux, ouais. La narratrice est perturbante. Je peux l'annuler, mais ce sera à moi de lire en fait. Je peux... Si je veux, a priori, on peut annuler le... Audio... Voix du narrateur, arrêt. Tiens, on va voir. Voilà, le Garden District est célèbre pour ses manoirs et ses anciennes villas de style colonial. Ce manoir en particulier est parfaitement entretenu. Le fait que ce soit pas Gabriel qui parle, c'est bizarre, hein. Ah, je vais le remettre, ça m'évite de lire comme ça.
Perfectly groomed hedges run along the front of the porch. Gabriel didn't come... This is private property. Gabriel should stay near the front door till invited to do otherwise. The Garden District is famous for its elaborate old plantation homes and mansions. This particular mansion is impeccably groomed. The windows are made of thick, heavy glass. The only thing Gabriel can see inside is even thicker drapery. It wouldn't be worth breaking into Malia's house.
Ok. Et l'autre? Les arbres.
The huge trees bear beards of Spanish moss. These trees have been here for 100 years. They're not going anywhere.
Ok.
May I help you?
Je crois qu'il y avait 2 thés à Butler.
The man looks intellectual, polished, and impervious. He gazes at Gabriel with a superior eye. Gabriel wonders if he's Malia's secretary, bodyguard, butler, or something more personal. Better not try that. The man looks ready to whip up an army at the slightest notice.
I'd like to see Malia Getty, please.
I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
Oh, genre.
I'd really like to see Malia Getty.
I told you that unless you have official business with Ms. Getty, I cannot let you in.
Ah, c'est logique qu'il y ait qu'un seul thé, sinon ça ferait...
I'd really like to see Malia Getty.
Cul.
I told you that unless you have official business with Ms. Getty, I cannot let you in.
I'd really like to see...
I told you.
I do have official business.
Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
Oh, c'est là qu'il faut montrer le badge de flic. Vendre des encyclopédies.
Encyclopedias?
Go away.
Merde.
May I help you?
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business.
Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Getty.
C'était tellement obligé. J'aurais dû finir la discussion avec lui. Parler d'autre chose avant. Parce que là, du coup, on a perdu des
Miss Getty
conversations.
will see you. Right this way.
Ouais. Détective Mosley. C'est nous.
Miss Getty will be down shortly.
Thank you.
Merci, Avia. On peut fouiller pendant ce temps-là?
What can I do for you, detective?
Avant, je vais regarder les trucs autour de toi.
Modern art?
More or less. It's a Picasso.
Harvard classics. Homer, Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels. Gabriel's already read that one.
Marc, t'es là, je viens de finir Stranger Things, et toi... Marc, Avia veut tes impressions sur Stranger Things. Un whisp pour ne pas spoil.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are.
Oh?
It would be rude to take that now, but Gabriel makes a mental note about it for the prenuptial. The only thing Gabriel wants to mess around with in his room is Malia herself.
Beautiful women.
They are.
Beautiful women.
They are.
The only thing Gabriel's likely to burn here is his bridges. Gabriel's hot enough.
It's rather warm,
Dialogue.
here, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry if you're uncomfortable. The fireplace doesn't really give off much heat without the stove insert, so I indulge myself, even in the summer.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's the fireplace anyway.
Oh
The
là là.
side table probably costs more than Gabriel's shop. Genuine lion skin.
I can imagine doing things on that rug.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing.
Parlez à voix haute.
It would be rude to take that now. The only thing, Gabe. Ming Dynasty, perhaps? Roses and gardenias give the air a sweet taint.
Nice statue. I like it.
Thank you. It's The Rebellious Slave by Michelangelo.
It would be the only
Ok.
Dante's Inferno. Nothing like a little light reading. Gabriel's already
Ok.
Dante.
D'accord. Ok, je crois qu'on a fait le tour. On va lui causer.
Undoubtedly proof that there is a God. I'm trying
Trying what?
to reach the truth.
Gabriel is trying to impress the girl, not make her gag.
Allez.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about voodoo?
I really don't know much about it. Isn't there some place in town that you can find out about that sort of thing? A museum or something?
I believe there is a museum.
Then maybe you should check there.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now. Tell me more about New Orleans.
I'm afraid I don't get out into New Orleans society much. Because of the Getty money, we have slots in the best country clubs and on the best Mardi Gras courts. But I must admit I hate it. I avoid actually making an appearance unless it becomes absolutely necessary.
I know about those courts. They're very exclusive.
Yes, especially when it comes to people of my race. That's why we don't turn down the appointments. It's a rare opportunity to rub their noses in it. But that's not where I spend my time. I have more important things to do with my life.
That's admirable. Many women would love the chance to get caught up in that kind of life.
I'm not any kind of woman you might be familiar with.
Yes, I can see that. Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm no expert. I don't fear them like most people do.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
I've heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Caux means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about you.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
Oh, I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you, or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective, but that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large extended family.
I see. Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, That is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh, why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please. I do have some morals, Detective.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
For the record, I'm 28, Detective.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have few friends. A woman in my position can't really afford them.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I try to stay away from the media as much as possible. Last year there was that story about John Jr. and I. Phone didn't stop ringing for weeks. I prefer to keep my private life private. I would appreciate it if you'd keep my name away from any public association with the police, Detective.
Of course. I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, Detective.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could. But I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
D'accord.
I can't help noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Getty. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Well, Detective, I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh,
me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out.
Le son de clochette, je crois que c'est quand t'as un truc dans le journal qui vient de se découvrir.
Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
On va voir. Ouais, c'est ça. Rien tel qu'une bonne distraction pour obtenir ce que je veux. Je déchirais les pages de dessins provenant des meurtres vaudous. Ils doivent être importants. Il faut juste que je comprenne comment ils s'articulent. Mais contrairement à papa, je suis pas un artiste. Je vais avoir besoin d'un peu d'aide pour tenter d'assembler les pièces du puzzle. Il y a une vaudouillenne juste au coin de la rue de la librairie Saint-Georges nommée Magintière Red Lune. Je devrais lui parler plus tard cette semaine. Dr. John conserve un serpent dans un musée de vaudou. C'est gigantesque, un énorme python. Je ne devrais sûrement pas tomber dessus dans une ruelle sombre. J'aimerais obtenir un petit échantillon de ses écailles. Ça m'étonnerait que Dr. John apprécie que je lui demande, cependant. Donc Marie-Laveau, la reine vaudou de la Nouvelle-Orléans, est enterrée au cimetière Saint-Louis. Maintenant, je dois voir ça par moi-même. Il y aura bientôt une fête vaudou qui s'appelle la veille à Saint-Jean. Et si ces meurtres sont liés au vrai vaudou, je parie qu'il s'y passerait quelque chose. Voilà. On va essayer. Encore vous?
Miss Getty is busy, officer, and has instructed me to wish you good luck. That is all.
If you just tell her
Goodbye, sir.
Ah bah carrément. Ok, bon, bah au revoir. Peut-être que maintenant je peux.
It wouldn't be worth.
Si on va dormir jusqu'à la fête, je sais pas si on va dormir. On va retourner là, voir s'il y a des trucs qu'on n'a pas. Parce que là, il y a le symbole. Là.
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand, but only one small area is clearly defined.
On avait dit qu'il fallait l'appareil photo pour ça, je crois. Ah non, on l'a déjà en fait, autant pour moi. Ok. Merde, je veux sortir. Sors, sors. Là, on n'a pas de nouveau lieu, là. Tiens. On va voir s'il y a quelque chose qui a changé ici. Est-ce qu'on peut aller au confessionnal?
Someone is in that confessional.
Fudge.
Gabriel will have to wait. The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area.
Ok. J'ai pas trop d'idées là.
Oh, hey!
Oh.
Oh, come back here. Hey! Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Ok. On peut pas lui causer? Ah.
An artist is taking advantage of the fine weather.
Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, you know, anything geometric. It's pretty meticulous, but I prefer it to freehand.
Can you draw anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
Non, j'ai pas essayé la brique sur le... C'est pas un interrupteur, c'est une boîte. Enfin, j'imagine qu'il y a un interrupteur dedans, ouais. C'est une boîte avec une serrure. Parce que je me suis dit que Malia Guédé allait nous la filer, en fait. Et,
How's it going?
Life sucks. I just lost 2 days worth of work.
What are you working on now?
Just starting another drawing of the cathedral.
On va faire un dessin avec le motif du lac. Mais on l'a déjà en fait, c'est ça le truc. Je pensais qu'on l'avait pas, mais on l'a déjà en fait.
The partial pattern from the crime scene intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean?
Vie partielle. On peut essayer, hein.
Say, do you think
Ah.
there's anything you can do with this pattern?
I'm a student. I don't take commissions.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, bon oui, mais non. Donc faut trouver un vrai artiste qui est pas un étudiant en fait.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Est-ce que le flic est toujours là? Il y a un vendeur de... Oh, il y a un danseur de claquettes aussi.
A small boy is tap dancing enthusiastically for a doobie dog vendor. The vendor ignores him. That would be, at the very least, illegal.
You dance pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Then don't block the view, mister.
Do you do requests?
Got any money?
Nope.
Something to eat?
No.
There you have it. No.
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Got any money?
Nope.
There you have it. No.
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay then.
Pardon.
A doobie dog vendor has set up business in the square. He has his nose
He's not
buried in a
the guy.
paperback novel. Gabriel notices that it is not one of his. Big surprise.
Could I get a doobie dog, please?
Not now. I'm busy.
An unambitious
Fuck.
person in the 90s. Amazing.
Ok, on peut rien lui faire. Qu'est-ce qu'on a? Ok, je vois pas. Et ouais, c'est possible qu'il veuille un hot dog, effectivement. Merde, je vais pas sortir. Jackson Square. On va voir s'il y a des nouveaux trucs à côté. Oh mon Dieu. Pardon.
Stupid wind. Now I have to start all over.
Je sais pas trop. On va sortir. Ok, où est-ce qu'on pourrait aller alors du coup? On retourne. Tiens, peut-être que Grace elle pourrait faire
I knew
des,
you'd miss me, so I came back.
des
Really?
recherches.
I forgot you were gone.
On va voir.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. Must be a local custom. New Orleanians love to party.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Caux means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Wasn't she a big voodoo queen before the Civil War?
That's right.
Well, you've just heard everything I know about her.
Do you have messages for me?
Nope, none right now.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I need you to look up a Madame Casino.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Molly Aghetti was?
Grace, Casino's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Ok. Sorti. Alors. Bah, elle est intelligente. Il a fallu trop longtemps pour se rendre compte que je n'étais pas flic. Il a fallu encore moins de temps pour me mettre dehors. Mais elle a vraiment quelque chose. Je suis sûr qu'elle a aussi ressenti de l'attirance. Le bon vieux charme des knights n'a encore jamais failli. C'est agréable de savoir que je suis pas le seul à avoir de la chance. J'ai vu un étudiant artiste perdre un dessin aujourd'hui. J'aimerais pouvoir le récupérer pour lui. Et je me comporte de façon entièrement désintéressée. Ah! Peut-être que on peut lui récupérer son dessin, alors si... C'est ça? Sinon, faudrait lui filer à bouffer, ouais.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
While I'm gone. While I'm gone. Par là. Là. Ok. Le vent. On va attendre que son truc s'envole, c'est ça? J'ai l'impression que ça réinitialise tout quand on double-clique en fait. Où est-ce qu'il se... Ah! Il s'est barré là.
There's a drawing copped up against the statue.
Ok. C'est pour ça qu'il faut le gamin. Ok.
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is.
Donc, il faut trouver un hot dog ou de la bouffe pour que lui aille nous chercher l'esquisse pour qu'on la rende à l'artiste pour qu'il nous dessine le bordel. Merci. Maintenant, est-ce que c'est un hot dog ou est-ce que c'est autre chose? Qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait lui filer il est en train de bouquiner. Je vois rien qui pourrait l'intéresser. Pas l'assommer, peut-être l'assommer.
The vendor wouldn't be interested.
Pourquoi le vendeur sert pas? Je sais
Hello,
pas.
are you selling doobie dogs or not?
The vendor ignores Gabriel entirely.
Et on peut pas cibler son chariot là. Ok. Bon. On n'a pas du tout de bouffe sur nous.
The vendor wouldn't.
Ok. Ah, c'est bizarre, hein. C'est bizarre. Où est-ce qu'on aurait de la bouffe? Chez les flics. Choper un donut? Je vois pas où il y aurait de la bouffe sinon. Ça, il va être l'heure, hein. Faut reparler à tout le monde sinon, je pense. S'il n'y a pas des nouveaux dialogues.
Can I bother you again?
What is it?
Voilà.
What do you know about St. John's Eve?
A bunch of crazies out there on St. John's Eve, that's what. We're busy all night.
Really? What kind of crazies?
Oh, your usual howl at the mooners, I guess. They don't look no weirder than them that come in during Mardi Gras. Never can tell, though.
I'm here to see the...
Is it?
Do you know what Caprice and Call means?
No. Sounds foreign or something.
Serpent sur la poubelle. Pourquoi la pose de flic? C'est bizarre, hein.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
Marie who? Is she the one that hangs out on Conti and Nash?
No. Never mind.
Regarde ce qu'il dit sur la poubelle.
Interesting design for a trash can. Must have been on sale at Cops R Us.
Hey, bud.
You!
Last time I looked.
Give me my badge. Right now.
Oh, is that why you're so excited? If you knew what I needed it for,
I'm sure it was to impress a woman. You could have asked. Do you know how embarrassing it is to admit your badge was stolen? I had a photo with the chief, and he wanted me wearing it. I should lock you up, Knight.
I suppose you could. Seems to me, though, there was that time you borrowed my bike without mentioning it, right from in front of my shop.
Yeah, don't remind me. Just don't do it again.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Ask you about something.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Is she that red-headed chick that works at Freddy's?
No.
Then I don't know her.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
That's coming up, isn't it? We get some occasional weirdness in the quarter, but nothing much. Used to have a lot of strange things happen, though, or so I hear.
What else can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I don't know much except what I already told you.
Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
Hell no! Is that French? My mother spoke it, but I always had a hard enough time just speaking English.
True enough. How about getting me
Ah
some
non,
coffee?
merde.
No way. Enough is enough.
Please, 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 pretty please.
All right. Just shut the hell up.
Ouais, je voulais pas. J'ai oublié ce que ça faisait, ça.
Some people are never satisfied.
Je sais pas ce qu'on pourrait faire. Hein. On lui enchoure son badge.
Mosley's coat. His badge is in the front coat pocket. Nah, Mosley would notice when he
Okay.
came back. Mosley's desk has more growing on it than his head. There's no reason to...
Il est passé à travers de la porte.
Here, drink it.
Thanks.
J'ai pas vu la porte s'ouvrir. J'ai mis le pote qui a eu le domicile dans mon couloir. Ah, c'est cool les mille pattes. Il y a Avia qui voulait te parler de Stranger Things 3. Marc.
Okay, anything else?
What's the status on the voodoo?
I told you.
Have you ever called the hair club for men?
I'd rather have no hair than your hair, Knight.
Ok. Ok. Ah, c'est cool, ça bouffe les araignées. Yep, ça existe pas les araignées.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
Ouais, mais les éléphants, c'est cool aussi parce que ça bouffe les moustiques et les mouches. Elle, peut-être?
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Are you sure I can't make a copy of this file?
I'm real sure.
Ah,
Fine.
Ok. Ah non, ça existe grâce aux mille pattes. Non. Les mille pattes bouffent des éléphants. Oh, je peux aller dans la ruelle? Ah!
I should add Mosley to the hat. That window leads to Mosley's office.
If Gabriel wants to talk to Mosley, he can go in through the front door. It's another municipal building, but not one Gabriel has any interest in.
Il veut pas avancer. C'est bizarre. Hein. Il veut pas, il veut pas aller ailleurs. Bon. Hop. Non. Ok. Il y avait un truc, mais on peut pas bouger pour ça? Comme Wesley va prendre son café, ouvre la fenêtre. Ouais, mais on n'a plus rien à lui chourer, c'est ça le truc. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? Inutile donc indispensable. Oui, c'est ce que c'est, oui.
It's enough.
Non. J'ai fait les 2 premiers épisodes de Stranger Things saison 3 pour l'instant, ok. Bah, je spoil pas évidemment, mais. Je sais pas si t'as aimé. On retourne au cimetière. Donc là, on peut pas y aller.
The sign
Là,
said
on peut pas y aller. Aïe aïe aïe. Cabris encore. Qui est-ce qui nous avait dit Cabris encore?
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
On va s'arrêter là.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It is one of the important ceremonial nights in Voodoo.
What else can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I am afraid I do not know the origins of St. John's Eve. I only know that it was a night of ritual long before Voodoo came to New Orleans.
Do you know what Caprice and Call means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr. Knight.
Oh là là.
Tell me about yourself.
What more can I tell you?
Do you know Malia Getty?
Should I?
She referred me to your museum.
Many have read about our museum in the newspapers, Mr. Knight.
That's a good point. Actually...
Then let us...
Ok, bye bye. Bye bye. Je vois pas trop comment prendre le serpent.
Thanks.
Come back again.
Donc, alors, le seul qui parle français, c'est lui, là.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Peut-être qu'on peut utiliser notre bon aussi.
Mind if I ask...
Ask what you...
Ouais, ok, rien. Est-ce que... Il est où le bon? Ah, il est là.
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks pitifully new and unused.
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Do you recognize this pattern?
Don't look familiar at all, monsieur.
Oh, c'est à l'autre qu'il faudrait que je fasse ça. Bon, on va quand même le faire.
Do you know anything about these crosses? I think there's some kind of code.
Look like a lot of hand tracks to me, man.
Ok. Allez. Oh, dernière tentative. C'est où? C'est là. Et puis on va stopper.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you...
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
No. They look like nonsense to me. Where did you get them, if I might inquire?
I saw them scribbled somewhere. Just graffiti, I guess.
I see.
I guess.
By the way, I forgot to warn you, Mr. Knight. The local cemeteries are quite dangerous. Muggers, vandals. I would avoid going there alone if I were you.
Really? Thanks for the advice.
Il sait un truc.
Do these marks look familiar?
They look like the scribbling of a child to me.
Okay, thanks.
Il faut qu'on trouve une véritable voodoo. C'est peut-être Maria Guédé qui aurait dû nous aider en fait. Mais putain. Allez, hop hop hop. C'est bon? C'est bon. Ok, allez, on s'arrête ici malheureusement. Si vous avez regardé cette vidéo sur Twitch, sur YouTube, c'était le Kino avec l'épisode numéro 2 de Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, en version 20e anniversaire. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine.